But yes, it would be proof. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof. Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken a bullet from inside Gregory's as well. Huh? Why would they only take one bullet if 2 shots were fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you. I guess I was wrong. But hey, this doesn't go so well.
Well, obviously he didn't need it. He didn't need to find it, you know.
Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but that's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think of why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullets had to be taken. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? Yeah, Phoenix has no clue. That's kind of how it goes. It's like go with the flow, go with the flow. Don't have a plan, just roll with it. It's not like you could perform a surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left this with a second bullet still inside them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes? But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people was rescued from that elevator. Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Phoenix can't do that, Pix. That's just how he does things. 2 men were inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator and it hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Now let's see if anyone else can connect the dots and remember what has been said previously in this case. I don't expect you to remember it before Maya tells us what it is. But let's see if any of you can remember part of the because there are clues in this case about it. I missed that. Yes, Mina, you're actually correct. I missed that. Sorry. I need to fix this. The chat is broken. I can't use the thing here. But yes, crazy. That's what Mina says. No, well, that's Maya says rather. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth had dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow! It must have taken quite a shock for Mr. von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he has taken in his many years of prosecuting. So that is what Maya brings up here. What if von Karma didn't take that vacation because of a shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the Deal 6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated a possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? We are about to pull the biggest amount of bullshit. Yes. Save it. Save it. I will not save anything. We have penalties. And hello, Hasenberg. Welcome. You're getting in here just on the climax. Your Honor, there is one suspect. A lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? Von... my hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah! You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming I took a vacation to heal from my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would need a surgery, no? Were I to go under a knife at where would I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who the doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He would leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That will leave the doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did von Karma pull a bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. Let's just see if anyone can connect the dots here. Oh, this is so good. Yes, we do have. We don't have the letter. Karma took it. Von Karma took it. As mine says. This is our court record. We don't have a letter here. Now, so let's see if any of you can connect the dots about what we're about to do. I'm curious. Oh, sorry. Our names are bad. I'm sorry. Sorry. If both of your names are blue for me, let's go with that. Perfect excuse. Let's just ignore the fact that mine has a green sword, but that's besides the point. Okay. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Can we prove this? We're about to pull something out, but can we prove this? We have the bullet that was pulled out of Gregory's heart, which still has the ballistic markings. Spring green, but now the same color as Farnwell, which doesn't make it any better. So, in this case, we have not on my screen. Oh wait, it is. It's just because I have the blue light filters on, I can't see it too well. So no, it's because I have blue light filters on. So if I turn that off, I can see it very clearly, but it burns my eyes at this hour. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. We will show evidence, because we can. Alright, Von Karma, I will prove it. And I'll even use evidence I know you like so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma's shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed the surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. It has full level 5 unlocked. Is this even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Isn't that face just satisfying? Isn't this satisfying to see? I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you. Order! 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 Your Honor, the defense requires that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. Privacy, whatever. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there's a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who saw me, Master von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Because we have the bullet. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is a bullet that was used in a DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with a weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell from which weapon to fired the bullet. It is quite accurate.
By the way, what is that?
I think that's a trader. That's just nothing dangerous. I think that's a trader.
There's also llamas there.
Yep, that's a trader then.
Right.
She's playing Minecraft. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. The other, Mr. von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We should analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. Why are you making sounds? And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. von Karma? This is so satisfying. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Oh, it's so good. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed. Mr. von Karma. And only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with his penalty on my record. And you... you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my own bare hands. As I said, we will nail him to the wall. Or he does it himself, if you will. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I am sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. Oh god. Did I make that? Oh no. It was a shock like I'd never known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in a court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. Okay. I'll have to check that afterwards. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lying at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who shot him. Later he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was a perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears we have come to a very long to end this to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yeah, he needs all the therapy. Like, seriously. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yes, it is so satisfying. This case is just so good. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure he would have it. I know I was on the edge of verge of tears the whole time myself, but now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think I could have done it better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled it through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you're to take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth like this, unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in a cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what will you do now, Lotta? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why a sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kian's. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That is unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Now, who can remember what this is? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No! No! Larry, it was you! What are you surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that does not make automatically root him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he sort of...
He won't die, right?
She has trapped the poor trader in. She has just unclosed him in fence and stuff. Yes. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I was never good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Yes, remember that? Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this is sure an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes.